Hello, hello. How's it going on this Friday late afternoon or evening, depending on where you're located? My end of the week is just another day, but I'm here, and that's always good. That's a blessing. If you've never been here before, I'm Lucinda. It says down there. There's my email address. This is Fridays. Excuse me. Vintage costume jewelry, some antique costume jewelry, and some stupendous contemporary jewelry items, although some of them are on the higher end, and some really cool, some kitschy, some just really nice decorative vintage household pieces. And as always, I try to, since I'm only doing Fridays until September, which is coming up really soon, I try to bring a mix of prices and a mix of items so that everyone has a chance, and maybe everyone will see something that they like, that they're interested in, right? That's a hope. I know it's tough out there right now with all the economic uncertainties, and, shipping prices have gone up again. And so in terms of shipping, that is why I do 2-week build-a-boxes, not 1 week, but 2 weeks, so that you can accumulate quite a bit of things. And let's say the shipping was going to be $10, regular size box for £1, or up to £1. Let's go with up to £1. But you have purchased 5 or 6 items and you just hit that £1 mark. So you're paying $10 for all those instead of just a week and 2 items or 1 item, right? So, excluding 1 item in a bubble mailer, I'm really trying to help you save shipping. I'm also trying to help me save time, because invoicing, packing, it's a lot. We go out as resellers. I'll speak for all of us. We go out and we find the stuff, we bring it home, we research it, we clean it, we then set up a sale. Most of us do a preview. Then we sit in front of the camera and bring it to you. And then we have to do all the invoicing and the packing and taking it to the post office. So there's a lot that goes into each and every tiny little item. But I love it. It's my passion, so we're good. You can tell my state of mind by the fact that I'm not wearing a lick of anything today. Yeah, it's been a tough couple weeks, but I find the best way to deal with that is to let it flow through and stop, breathe, look outside at the trees, and remember to count my blessings. So anyone else is out there feeling kind of blue, going through a tough time, let's all just take a breath. Look outside the window at something beautiful. Look at something beautiful within your home. And just refocus to this, our passion. Vintage. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have that passion. Now, I'm so sorry, but my dog just came and drank all of the water out of the, I don't know what it's called. It's not recycled water, but it's where the fountain is always flowing for fresh water effect. And now, can you hear it? I don't know if you can, but I can. It's empty. So, sorry. I have to turn around and fill it back up. He's a weird dog. He's a really weird dog. He will not drink for hours and hours. I'm talking 10 hours. If no one's near the fountain, until he just can't stand it anymore. And then when he drinks like over a cup of water at a time. So I'm going to show you something that I think is beautiful. And then I'll tell you the specifics of my channel, and then we're going to get into it. My specifics are no different than anyone else's. This has been sitting staring at me for the last 4 weeks. This is a drawing that my mother did of mushrooms growing up here on an old dead tree stump, probably 25 years ago. She was really talented. And she just had this stuffed in some folder somewhere. I am going to have it framed. In fact, I think I'm going to do a color copy and then have it framed and put the original away. I've even thought about selling things like this for, $6 a print. And then something just really fun and funky. She also did a lot of photography. My mother passed a while ago. And this is one of the things she played around with. Remind anyone of vintage glass? Yeah. Okay, that was a moment of stepping into beauty. And yeah, I don't know what you guys think about something like this, but I think it would be fun to experiment with selling these prints for really inexpensive. So let me know what you think. All right, so I'm just like every other reseller out there. I bill you through PayPal and I use Pirate Ship. If you've never been here before, if I don't have your information and you bid on and win an item today, there's my email. Send me your real name with shipping address and zip code, please. And then after that, put your PayPal email address. Do not assume that I know that it's the same one as the one you're sending me that information from, because I do not know that. And it just slows everything down for everyone. Lastly, this has been a really hard emotional week for me. So boxes will be packed this weekend and they will go out Monday morning. Everyone has paid. It's my bad that I haven't shipped. I apologize. Hola, Maritza. Thank you. Maritza bought a really nice mother of pearl set last week. How are you, Maritza? Okay. So, like I said, I have a very eclectic mix of items. I hope you're doing well, Maritza. And I'm going to start with household item. Starting bid at $23. Now, I used to do Fridays in a show and tell format where I really went over all the details so that you could learn about the items and be able to know what you're buying in other people's sales or when you're out there at the thrift stores. I'm doing that a little bit, but not so much anymore. Okay, so this is gorgeous. This is marble. It is on a heart. It is totally MCM. This one is much darker. This one is lighter. It's not really a pink. It's a very light orange. I don't know, because it's on a heart. I'm going to assume they're like a couple. It is heavy. I can weigh it. It is really, really nice piece. I've had it for about a year. The last year of my father's life, it was sitting in my window. Ooh, I have a dog hair on it. Here's the bottom so you can see. Is that marble or is that? I think it's marble. I'm going to stay with marble. I don't think it's any other stone. And as you can see, it's a big one. And I really hope you're seeing the details. Each, like, see, that is not the right details. There is all these lines of coloration and saturation. See, here you go. It's a very unusual piece, and yeah, that's better. It's not great. The light is blowing it out. I'm sorry, y'all. And I will, there you go. That's a good color wave. Then along the bottom, I will weigh it. I'm also going to tell you how long, wide, and tall it is. So the heart base is 4.5, 4 3/4 long, wide 4 inches, and height is 5.5. So it's a really big piece. And it weighs 15.5 ounces, almost a pound. But it's beautiful. If you like carved stone figurines, this is so graceful. There's no chips, no cracks, no anything. So think about it. And also, you know, when I'm showing things, if you ever are interested and yet you would like more detailed photos before popping in and purchasing it, email me and I will take them out in daylight. Okay? Okay. So that's the first item. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. I've had this sitting around, and I used to be able to sell these, and now they're not moving. So now it's a buy it now for $9. The jar, which is a spice jar from about the 60s, 70s, made in something China, but it's I can't read it. It might be the Republic of. Spice jar. The plastic lid works great. There's a couple of the ones that are slag glass. Generally, they have some glow. And then there's the cat's eyes. There is 14 marbles in here. Buy it now for $9. Just put in the comments. Marbles. This is red. See, that's what I'm talking about with the color. I don't know if you're seeing that or not, but that's red. And the one above it is orange. I think it's that ring light. There you go. So you get the marbles and you get a spice jar. Buy it now, $9. Okay, moving on. It's a tough time to be alive. It's a tough time to own a small business, I'll tell you that. And I am not paying tariffs. So, you know, my God. All right, last household item for now. We'll see if anyone's in here who wants it. I'll bring it back around. I don't do recaps, so I generally speaking do not bring items back up. And if y'all don't talk with me, I get really bored. Okay, I did some polishing on this. This is an incredible. Some of you may have seen this elsewhere. I got it at such an incredible price. These sell for, at the lowest, about $80 and up into the hundreds. It is by W&B. It is silver plate. It is Victorian. It is silver plate. beautiful florals. It is a casket box. Oh, Tug, you're fine. My dog is whining for no reason. There's the front. It is raised. It is gorgeous. I polished it. When I got it, it was quite dark. You can see that it's silver plate by the tiny bit. Nope, it's on the other side. By the tiny bit of plate that's missing right there. Here is the lid. Let me turn it this way. It looks like a rose garden to me, which would make sense. The Victorians were very much into their rose garden. Here is the little latch. And inside is the old silk lining. It's not in great condition, but it's not in terrible condition. And that does not affect the prices of these at all. In fact, you can find these out there and the lining has been completely redone and they're still asking $60 to $70 with the lining redone. Now, inside is just this little thing that is a crements plate. I have no idea why. It's in here. Crements is actually really high quality costume jewelry. It's not going to show you the name. There it is. Kremez plate. Plate. It's like a little topper for something. I have no idea. It doesn't say anywhere on here that it's gold, brass, or otherwise. I cannot imagine what it was for, but it comes with the box starting at $38. Victorian. This is, good Lord. W&B were making these in the 1870s to the 1890s. So it's anywhere from 135 years old or older. Casket box. And it's not super big, but it's not terribly small. It's, if you're a true vintage collector, this is something you should have. It is 3 inches long or wide by 2 1/4 inches tall. So think about it. It's really stunning. W&B. You can look it up. You can Google it. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere right now. Okay, I'll do some jewelry. We'll see what happens. I'm having a lot of people coming in and out, but no one really staying. Maybe it's because I haven't shown any jewelry. I don't know. I know I'm up against a lot of people. I do know that since I'm struggling lately, if I just keep putting in numbers and people aren't really interested, I can close early today. And I know I say that during my sales, and a lot of people wouldn't. They would just push through and not say anything. But I'm okay with being honest. I'm okay with being honest and saying, hey, I'm having a hard time and I'm here for y'all, but I need you to be here with me. Okay, so this is a starting bid of $28. And this sells all day long for between $40 and $50. Look at this beautiful vintage inspired lady with the flowers in her hair. This is a really special one. She is pewter. She is a brooch. She is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that so well. JJ, and then copyright, and then it says 1988. So 10, 20 plus 7, 27 years old. Is that right? No, that's not right, because my daughter, 30, that's 35 years old. Sorry, 35 years old. And she is thick. She is beautiful. Oh my God. And she's big. She's big. I wish that she was also a pendant. And I mean, you could take this to a jeweler and have something soldered right here with a solid ring and then wear her as a brooch. She just reminds me of really ancient Greco-Roman statues. Yeah. And like I say, $28. Good deal. Sometimes I can't bring you like less than half or, a super duper deal, but I do my best, and I'm telling you, this is a good deal. I got it at an excellent price from a good friend of mine who was doing a year-end clearance. She is 3 inches long by almost 2 inches wide at her widest. So remember, I don't do recaps. How is everyone? Talk to me, Seymour. What's going on out there? What's going on out there? I'm going to get bored. I'm going to get bored. Help me out. It's been a hard week. Anyone else have a hard week? Anyone have a good week? Share the good news. I'm totally serious. Okay. This item is going to be a buy it now for $14. I'm serious. Tell me the good news. I do have, like I said, some really higher end pieces coming up if we get that far. Since so far, I've had a total of 3 people, and then 1 and 2. I mean, whatever I'm doing, people are not interested. So this is a contemporary man-made stone. It is not glass, but it is synthetic. It is silver vermeil 925. So you've got the gold in the middle, the silver here, and on the back, it is very contemporary. I didn't know that when I purchased it, but it's still a lot of fun. It would be nice to wear. It's one of those pieces that looks absolutely stunning. No one's going to know except you that it's not the real deal. I really like the mounting. I like the kind of triangular shape. And the stone does have some depth. Let me give you a size. It is a buy it now for $14. I think that's a good price. So I like to do the back. It is the bottom goes down to an 8. The middle is, and then the top is at a 7.5. So I would like, and since it doesn't go all the way down on this finger, which is an 8, I will call this a 7.5. Know anyone who loves blue? You need some jewelry to go on a cruise, an end of summer trip, but you don't want to take your most expensive items. Buy it now, $14. This would be perfect. And inside, it just says 925. But I looked it up and it's not uncommon nor special. So therefore, I am selling it to you at, I think, around what I bought it for, if not at a loss. I think I'm selling it to you at a loss because the place that I bought it from did not do their due diligence. And yeah, I think I'm taking a big loss, but that's okay. You know, I'm not going to lie to you guys and say this is, you know, woo, sapphire and wow. And, you know, I'm not, you know, vintage. I'm not going to do that. So as long as we're on rings, and like I say, y'all, how's everyone doing? Does anyone want to stay in and talk with me? This is a starting bid of 26. I've been bringing it lately. It needs to move. It doesn't. It would fit me like how I wear this spoon ring. Okay. But I have a lot of rings that fit me like this. I have a lot of rings. I mean, I have a lot of, because I love jewelry, because I love vintage jewelry. I have a lot. I don't need to keep it. I don't. Help me out. It is a really nice piece of older turquoise in this open band. And I think this one is just about the same size as the other one. I'll give you a close-up look of the turquoise. There it is, that lovely kind of sky blue with the black running through it. I think that really helps the silver to pop. These are indented. So it's a size 8. Now, see, I could wear it here, but y'all, I don't need more jewelry. I really don't. And then if you were going to wear it, like I said, how I wear my spoon rings, you could wear it like that. It's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Now, I'm saying it's a size 8, but just because I want to do it right. Now, see, look at that. When I put the back on, it only goes to a size 7. However, the other one with the back on the front went down to an 8 up to a 7.5. So you see what I mean? Now, when I turn it around, see the numbers over here? The bottom goes down to an 8. So this is a size 8. That is the thing. And see how it turns in the back because it's an open band. That is why this one is very tricky to size on these mandrels. So when you see rings like this, you need to ask the person to show it both ways, because you get a false reading if you don't know what you're doing. Okay. I'm going a little fast today. I don't have very many people in. Nobody's chatting. And so yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm poof. Maritza said hi. I'm feeling at a loss about showing things because I don't have peoples, and I want to show some really great items, but I get some purchases on the replay. But you know, in general, I don't go and rewatch very many people's sales because I watch them when they're live, and I either decide then or I don't. And by the time I'm done for the day and into the evening, occasionally watching, 2 or 3 lives, I'm done. So this is kind of the time for me to know if people are going to buy and how much I should show, because people are not going to return. And then, yeah, it just becomes stupid. So this starts at 38. And see what's happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the 7th item I've shown in 30 minutes, and it's just me putting in prices. I can't stand that. Okay. This is starting bid of $38. This is the way that it's put together. This is a 1950s is what I'm going with based on the construction. That's butterfly wings underneath. This hand-drawn palm trees, the lake. I think that might be a little boat and birds and the setting sun. You can see the sun reflected in the water down here. They're hearts. It is not silver. It might have been a silver plate at one time. And see how each one is a little bit different? That is because they're hand painted. You see the construction. I'm going to show you the back in a minute. So it's very light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hearts. And this blue is deep blue and dazzling. It is a fold over clasp. It just has some, hold on. What is that? This is a flower. On top of the clasp, but that doesn't help me identify the maker. Now here is the chain, so you could make it a little bit, the extender, you can make it a little bit bigger or smaller. And here's why I'm going with the 50s. It's because of the way those are soldered on and the fact that they're that little thin square-like construction, and then it has those pinched metal joinings. This was worn a lot. Someone loved this. It's gorgeous, and it's dark, dark blues. It's absolutely beautiful. More than anything right now, I'm just trying to see when it's back here with me, it's dark blue. It's not light blue. And that's what I'm trying to see under my fingers. It's a dark, dark blue. Now in the sunshine, it may be a little lighter, but it's dark blue. And it is, hold on, will it close on my wrist? No. So it is a size 7, fully extended, and it could go down to probably a 6.75. 1950s butterfly heart bracelet. Okay. I'm going to put this in a bag. Is anyone here who saw my preview and is interested in any particular item? I did bring more items. Like I said, I would. Generally, I put things together the afternoon before, sometimes the evening before. And then I look at it, I unpack some more stuff, and I take some things out and throw some other things in. And if anyone is here, that's why on this preview I put, please watch just in case I don't bring the item you're looking for. So if anyone actually did that, and there's an item that you're waiting for me to put up, please drop it in the chat, and I will do so. Thank you. I really love vintage, but yeah, I really love vintage. But I'm not having a lot of luck. I know most resellers are having a hard time right now, but yeah, it's a tough one for me right now. Okay. Let's see what happens. This starts at 34. 34. I paid up for these as I should have. So, and I'm not making a 10. I showed them recently, showing them again. These are 1940s chandelier screw back rhinestone earrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands, right? 3, yeah, with 2. So there's 3 main and 2 on the sides after this. Chandelier style. Then you have this on the top. They are gorgeous. I'll take one out and show you the back. Yeah, well, let me show you the top again. I'm considering changing a lot of things in my format. Oh, look, it has that cotton stuff stuck on it. Ugh. Someone sent me boxes, which is really nice with that particular type of filler in it, but it gets caught on everything. These are splendiferous, y'all. Okay. And they're not quite shoulder dusters, but they're quite long. Here is the back. I mean, these could be very early 1950s, but we're definitely coming out of the flapper era of the 20s, which started dying out in the 30s. Then you get into the war, you know, by the mid 40s. And it's possible these are very early 50s, but I see them more as late 30s, early 40s. They might even be from the 20s. They're incredible. How long are they, you might want to know? Well, let's see. 2.5 inches long. 2.5 inches long. I believe last time I showed these, I asked 40. So, well, let's see, y'all. Where are we at? I got people just coming in and out and in and out. I almost wish they didn't have that little how many people are in the room. Because all that tends to do is make me more like, wow, time is money. Should I be on? What should I be doing? Help me, Seymour. Okay. I don't know what to do with these. Maybe these are going in the to be determined what to do with them pile. Okay, y'all. Anyone want to see something in particular? Let me know. Say hi. Okay. This is a starting bid. Dandy. Dandy, you're in here. Hi, Dandy. Dandy. Everyone say hi to Dandy, whoever's here. And hi, Dandy's daughter. What are you guys cooking? Tacos? I showed that brooch. Everything that I bought from you, always quality, always quality. Love you, appreciate you so much. So much. Ew, that sounds good. I think I'm going to have something really simple like tuna fish on crackers tonight or something. Oh, yeah. Yummy. Yummy. Yeah, it is. It is dinner time, isn't it? Okay, so this starts at $50. It does. It truly does. I paid up for it. It's gorgeous. It is lapis chunks with mother of pearl is what I believe this is. I'm pretty dang sure of it. And this, it doesn't say anywhere in any of this sterling silver. Okay. So I can't claim that. They are, let me take it off of Maxine. This is Maxine, right? Isn't that what I decided? Not Mildred. One of those M's. Howdy, Haven. I hope you're going to enjoy dinner. So here is the lapis. I paid up for this. It is the most stunning pieces. I thought about keeping this for myself. There is so much of it, and it is a dark, dark blue. The light is always blowing it out. Dark, dark blue. And then here is it's the mother of pearl. See how the opalescent in the carving? It is on you know what? It's on really heavy duty cord. So that's cool. That's unusual, which means that this is more of a vintage piece. And these, now, this is pretty heavy. It is not solid, but it is not lightweight or hollow. And when I went to polish it, it polished. Now, again, there's nowhere on here that says anything about 925, but I think it's silver plated. let me tell you something. I was going to use my tester kit this afternoon. And this was one of the items. See how I polished this one? And this one's still very dark. I was going to use my tester kit today. And then things started happening and I have items set aside. This was one of the items I was going to test. Did not happen. But but I will test it. It doesn't say anything. Excuse me, why do I keep burping? I haven't even eaten that much today. Sorry. It doesn't say anywhere on this hook or closure anything about 925. So I'm ignoring that. Forget that. It comes down to here, which is right at the top of the cleavage area. So I'm going to assume this is about 26 inches on the second strand. It is not super heavy, but it is not lightweight. It is, and I looked, so for lapis, there's the colors. For lapis, I looked this up. $50 is a third of the price that is asked out there for this kind of necklace. You couldn't buy the beads for $50. And it is a dark, dark, dark blue. This, honestly, if I list this, I'm going to be listing it for $140. Yep. So. There you go. And that's what I mean. That was in my preview, but that's what I mean about, I bring some higher end prices and then I bring I'm about to show something that's much lower end. I bring stuff from the preview and then I throw stuff in. And one day I want to be like Dandy. And I want to stand up and have my screen over there and just have my shelves and walk over and kind of do like a shop my shelves and just move. That's going to happen. So this will come back soon. Okay, let's do just a fun lower priced item and see what happens. And for anyone who's here, which is one person, which is probably Dandy now. So never mind. I was about to tell people to go subscribe to Dandy. But I can't. Hey Dandy, how's Nightmare and how the heck is Muppets? Muppets went up to Canada and then I think she came home and that was the end of it. I haven't heard from them for a long time. And do you know I could email them, but I'm just wondering how the heck they're doing. I'm sure they're doing well, but that's my hope. Okay, this is a buy it now for $8. She's always doing that. Look at this. Okay. Let's try that again. This is this new thing where this happens constantly. Yeah, because it's summer. So everything's open. No rest for the wicked right now. How is it with everyone back in school? It's got to be like incredibly busy. So this is you can call it enamel. I mean, it is enamel, right? It does not want to show up very well. Let's try it this way. It's purples, greens, like a brownish orange, and it is Western. You've got your saddle. It's on metal slides. 2 metal slides, so it's not like your typical stretch bracelet that's going to fall apart. Here's your hat. Here's your boot with a rhinestone spur. I would say this is probably from the 90s. Here's a horseshoe with a rhinestone. Yeah, no doubt. Noel, here's this Indian figurehead. And then it repeats. And Noel, I didn't even put it up on the screen. Noel has bought it for $8. And then, I don't know what that is, like half moons. Noel, just let me show you. It closes. Noel, what's going on, my friend? What is going on? I don't know if you were here at the beginning. Your box is going out Monday. I've been not having it. Now, wait a minute. Noel, you know what? Noel, you can't buy this. Look at that. See, this is, I went to close the clasp to show you. And this came up like that. And this came off. See that? Nope. I mean, if someone wants this for the beads, great. But otherwise, it's parts. It'll go in a junk jar. Nope. JUNK or craft. I know that sucks, right? $4. Noel. And I figured this would be really cool if no one bought it. I would wear it to my rodeo, county fair and rodeo that's coming up in about 3 weeks. But no, I can't do that and you can't wear it. So since it broke, the beads are available for junk or craft, $4. And it is going down, going over here. My God, I'm glad it happened to me and not to you. What's up with that? Okay. Noel, did you see this beautiful lady pin? JJ 1988, and I think I asked 34. Yeah, no, Noel, they will. Oh my God, you're hilarious. Hold on, Noel. I think it's true. They will. Let's go up. She was, let's just go with 34, Noel. They sell on eBay for 45 to 50. Or you could rewind. That would help. You know I don't write anything down. That's too much work for one, day of a 2.5 hour selling slot where, my cost average just isn't high enough. And in the meantime, I will show something else. I am putting together, fingers crossed, a different format of selling in the hopes to avoid eBay. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up and another necklace. Again, I got this from my friend Dandy. Noelle, if you don't know Dandy, if you're not subscribed to Dandy, she's busy right now with kids in schools and whatnot. But if you have never been on her channel, you need to subscribe and put on your notifications, because trust me, because you do. So I got this from Dandy, and I believe the class says 925. I'm putting it on Marlena. That's what this name is, Marlena. And I'm going to put the starting bid in. This is a hefty. This sells for, God, I was doing comps like the lapis lazuli that I brought for $50. Seriously, 100 to 150. This one, I can't find this exact one. I did finally find a bracelet, but it doesn't say the maker. This is Australian. And this sells for up to $300. And that is sold prices. I'm not kidding. So it's hefty. You're welcome, Dandy. You deserve it. This is incredible. This is from Australia. Like I said, I could find a bracelet that matched this. The only other thing I could find was comps of tiny little, like tiny potato pearls and coral with the white seed beads and all of this work. And with this amount of stuff going on, it's like $275, and people get it all day long because it's freaking stunning. Look at this, Dandy. This was like an unbelievable item that I purchased from you. My eyes were just like, what? Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure this is also rounded coral balls. I do not think it's glass. And I cannot find. It's so beautiful, Dandy. Oh my God. Here's the clasp. And I can't find it. Yes, I can. Inside here, which y'all are not going to be able to see, this clasp is $925. So this metal is $925. Now, that's cool. That's marvelous. And I love the style of clasp. This may also, where it connects, be $925 sterling silver. But, you know, what's really is the kicker here is the coral and all these pearls on these pins wrapped in this like multi-strand. Every piece is different with this giant polished coral ball. Look at these old seed beads poking out. Here's a piece of crystal. That is crystal, not glass. Dandy, this thing, I'm telling you, this is a piece that if it doesn't sell, I'm going to keep it for a while and not list it or bring it back because there isn't any more of these out there. There is a bracelet, and the bracelet, they were asking $100 for the bracelet. Oh my God. Woo. When I really like a piece, it's hard to let go of. You must have felt dandy. I bet this was gorgeous. I hope you wore this, Dandy. Yeah, I know, Danny. I need some cash, but I really am having a hard time letting go of this, especially it's just too, look at it. Yeah. Brooch was 28. Okay, there you go. I saw the 28 in there and I wasn't sure. All right, Noelle, it's yours. So this incredible coral and potato pearl funky from Australia, sterling silver clasp that would sell for $300 on eBay is $80. And like I say, if someone doesn't buy it within the next couple of days, I'm hanging on to it. So it is going over here. Boom. Because I love it. Okay, Noelle. Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. You know I don't write anything down. And I was feeling like the price I was asking or telling you was too much. So, thank you, thank you. Okay. But, yeah. Emotionally, which means spiritually and psychologically, I'm a little off my game. So, it takes a village. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's put her in a bag over to the side. And you know what, Noelle? Since I haven't sent your box out yet, this will go in that box. How cool is that? So I'm going to put that in the corner. Okay. I may have to adjust like a couple dollars shipping, but I don't know. All right. This box for that necklace is going over here as well. Let's see. How about just a lower price item? And then starting bid of $18. Why is my... Oh, well, everyone knows what this means. There is something about I'm just typing normally and my cursor jumps. This has just been happening for a couple weeks in YouTube, and it's really annoying. Okay, so this is a starting bid of 18. This is some beautiful dyed brown and purples, like copper. It's really copper. Mother of pearl. And it is a jewels. So jewels is a vintage. Let me show you the tag first. Vintage maker. Jewels. It is on a copper chain. Here's the clasp. This is the extender. It's about 3 inches. And then here's the copper chain on both sides. It is 4 strands. And in between the copper and purple dyed abalone is a white stone and also some gold spacers and some copper beads. I don't have this. Of course, it's, whenever I pick something up and then put it back down and put it in the box, if there's multiple strands, it gets all out of order. And then I have to sit here on camera and futz with it. And that's not happening. Hey, Danny, you had a birthday. If you're still here, happy birthday again, lady. Looks like you had a fabulous time with your family. Living the dream. Don't stop living the dream. This is a really, really beautiful, beautiful vintage by Jewels, starting at 18. It's incredible, and it's not hanging exactly right because that's how it rolls every single time that I go to do this. And yeah, copper. That's another way you can tell that this is more vintage because it's copper, which would be, a much more expensive metal today. So they would use, some other composition to put it together. I am trying to get it untangled before I show you what it looks like on. That's a little better. It isn't perfect. Here you go with the extender all the way extended. Again, it is about 26 inches with the shortest one being about 18. And another reason, again, why I do previews is because I just don't feel that the colors of this comes across when I'm live as it does in previews. It's gorgeous. Not too heavy. Starting bid of $18. No problem, Danny. And again, it's vintage jewels. Probably 1960s, 1970s. You can look it up. Okay, for anyone who likes the layered look, this is going down. And see, can you see the purples? I don't know, man. I'm not seeing it so well. A little bit, but it's very blown out. It's way too light. Hopefully it's showing better over on your end than it is on mine. Who knows? Okay, so I don't have and have not had a lot of people in here tonight, and that's okay. It happens. Sometimes I have a lot, and sometimes I don't have very many. And maybe it's corresponding to my psychological state. I don't know. I don't know. But so, let's see. A starting bid of 22. Y'all, I don't need more earrings. I don't need any more jewelry, and I'm just putting that other piece aside. Oh, but when I bring stuff like this and it's so beautiful and no one buys it, I bring it several times. At some point, I'm like, well, never mind. I'll just keep it at least for a while. But the for a while turns into like a year. This is alpaca, Mexico. So that's like 800 silver is my memory at this moment. Alpaca, I think, is like an 800, not a 925. Alpaca, Mexico, all in 1970s. Mother of pearl, coral, onyx, and turquoise. You can see that it's totally old artisan, the way that the sterling silver circles don't line up. One is a little bigger, one is a little smaller because it's, made by artists like they did in the 70s. They're very thin, very lightweight. Boy, my lighting leaves a lot to be desired. They are as long as these, and that was the same as the rhinestone chandelier. So they are about 2.5 inches long. And they're gorgeous. Let's see if more light helps on that one. A little bit. Starts at 22. Okay. I am going to show I don't think I'm going to even show my household items. I don't think, if anyone's here for household items that I showed in my preview, let me know in the chat, please. Okay? Because, like I say, I'm getting I'm getting nowhere fast. So I'm gonna show about, I don't know, 4 more items. Yeah, hour and a half. I would stay on longer if I had engagement, but I don't. So there you go. Starting bid. I didn't put the dollar sign. No, Noelle. Sorry. You go to Home Depot, Noelle. I go to the thrift store and Friedman's. Noelle. Okay, Noelle. This has a mark in the back. It is clearly a copper with what was a silver overlay at one point. You can tell by the clasp. It has a maker's mark. It looks to me like a martini glass. Do you see that? See it right there? I have never tried to stare at this with a loupe before. So let's take a second and stare at it. Yeah, it's like a martini glass. And that's all I've got. There's no initials or anything else. So here's the pin. See what I mean? See how the pin is like now all like that copper brass color. And on the clasp, you can see where it's wearing down, but then there's the silver. See that? Yep. So, and then it's got one tiny stone missing in the front. I'll never find the stone. Those are green check glass. It's a Victorian scarf pin. It's the last one I have. See right there at the bottom, the stone is gone. Look at this beautiful flowers. It's gorgeous, but I mean, I could wait like a year trying to find that exact emerald green color and that size stone to put back in there. It's not going to happen. And then it's got the beautiful filigree work on the sides. It's a big one. Yeah. Oh, no. I know, Noelle. But it's, I mean, it still is what it is, and it still is incredible. And I'm just, you know, I'm not going to find that stone. So I'm going to just move on. And it is, yeah. Oh, my God. So, and it's 3 inches long. The big stones are like cut and they are emerald green. And then the little stones that go in the flowers are like, they're cut and they're like a grass green. 3 and 1 3/4 inches long. And I can't sell it for less. Glass, Noelle. I can't sell it for less. Look at the florals. Oh my God. So 3 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. And I can't. They're glass. It's all glass, Noelle. And it's got incredible color and depth. So you can think about it, Noelle. I probably won't show this again for a while. You can, I mean, everything about it just screams old, old, old. Someone's grandma's, you know what I mean? Someone's grandmother's, and then someone got rid of it. Okay, that was a starting bid of 42. So I am going to show Noelle. How the heck are you tonight with your Home Depot self? You see how much this light washes out my skin color? It makes my hair look like gray. I'm actually tan right now from being out in the sun. And yet this light has me looking like I've been in the house for months. It's bizarre. Okay, what do I have going on over here? Is this just a box? That's just a box. Good. Okay. I'm actually going to pull up about 5 items, and then that's it. Starting bid on this. Good. Is 15. I brought this last week. I think I brought it for a little bit more. Early 1950s, possibly late 40s, early 30s. Double rhinestone, small bracelet. Comes around, it's the 2 loops. And it comes around to opening up in an oval with the stone raised and in a square sideways in the middle. No dead stones. It's really beautiful. Let me do this. It is, there you go, very brilliant. That stone in the middle, I know some people with these square pieces still date this to the early 50s. But for me, it screams more like 20s. Ooh, this one has a name. Before I open it up, hold on. This one has a name. Now I'm probably selling it too cheap. Oh my God. I am. Noelle, where are you? It is a, let me get it exactly right. I know this brand. It's really old. Golly. It's either, I think it's, God. Okay, the last part is REL. And it's either LA or DA, REL, in cursive. Let me see if I can show that to you, to all of you. Yeah. That, I know this brand. I'm just blanking on it in this moment. So this is almost antique. This is not, and I'd like to take a moment and Google that. Laurel or Dayrel, REL. It's like a hyphen in there. Rhinestone jewelry. Here's the back. And it is a small size. It is a small size. It would just fit my wrist. So 7.25. But I would be more comfortable if it was on a 6.75, top of a lady's small, just to have a little bit of give. I could close the clasp. You know what? I'm going to take a quick second and look that up. Because I remember this, because I've been mostly selling vintage costume my whole life. Darrell. As long as we're at it, let's see if I spelled it right. La, Larel. So let's. I hate Poshmark and Etsy because I'd like to try to find on eBay because it's just not good. Okay, there's a fancier one for $75. There's a $35, $85. Yeah. La LA with a space REL. Yep. Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. And this one says 1950s. Okay. So this person is dating it 1950s. I dated as older than that. But there you go. $15. That's half the price of what they're asking out there in the eBay world for La Rel. It is going in a bag. And I appreciate anyone who's still here. Dandy, I hope you're going to have a wonderful dinner. I'm going to have, I think, like I said, tuna and crackers tonight. I not feeling super hungry. There's been some emotional, where is my small bag of bags? There is an emotional bombardment of attacks about to do with my father's estate. That's been going on for the last 2 weeks, and I just like throw my hands up. I can't stand it. Oh, Noelle, are you still here, Noelle? Let me know, because I have this most beatific thing I really want to show, but I don't want to show it if you're not here, Noelle. Thank you. You know, this brooch, I got this from Kat, and I don't remember buying it. I bought a whole bunch of other stuff, and it was inside a card. And I don't even think it said a gift for you, but it was in the thank you card. So Kat gave this to me. Isn't it great? I like it. Okay, Noelle, you are here. Noelle, we're going to get into this piece. I know this is expensive, but oh my God. I scored on a lot of stuff. I'm really bummed out that I don't have a lot more people in here. Let's get Marlena back. This, I spent 40 minutes figuring this piece out. Yes, I did. And it is Noelle. She was supposed to send it to you in your thank you card. Maybe. But it's mine now. And I'm not going to sell it. Not yet. And probably not ever. Okay. This is from Australia as well. It was really hard to research. I had to do it in multiple ways. This is Victorian. This was made by someone in Dellinger, Dellinger, in Australia. It is amethyst. This is amethyst, old amethyst. I think that's just green glass, but you know, because I think that's just green glass. Then in between each link is a cut, very old piece of purple amethyst with all the white inclusions. And then this is enameled. And then you see the little filigreed drops. This used to be like 10 karat gold electroplated, but it is so old and so delicate that much of it has worn off. Here is, so the green stones are glass, but they're just like green check glass. Here's the back. Look how dainty that is. This, this again is super collectible. You can find some pieces out there, but it's really hard to do. And they sell for $300 to $400. Did you really? From Soulmate? I mean, I was like, how did this get over here from Australia? You don't go to the reseller I go to. And I don't even think that reseller knew what he had. Because the only way I could find this piece, I had to take an individual shot of this and look up just this piece. And then there was like 4 pieces out there that pulled up. When I did the whole necklace, nothing. Look at that. Now, from Etsy? Oh, really? Okay, so Noelle, did they look like this? Oh, he is from... I don't know why I do that. I know he is from New Zealand. But I get them so... Because I don't live over there and I've never been there. I get that so messed up in my brain. So look at this. Here's the back. Noelle, did they look like this? See, look at that. You can see that the gold is gone. And it was so well loved. I mean, this would have been a statement piece to a fancy lady. This would have been very expensive back in the day. And they obviously wore this and passed it down. The front still has the gold tone, but the back is just down to like the brass copper mix. See the gold in the front poking out? So Noelle, on Etsy, was it this maker? This is so incredible. I do have one earring that goes with this. No, right? Noelle. Let me. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, and because, yeah, Australia, do I have it? Do I have that mixed up in my brain? I sent myself the email, Noelle, because because I was like, I'm going to forget what that is. Here it is. And I said the wrong name. Hold on. I said the wrong name. It's Vintage Neiger Brothers. Czech, Australian amethyst and glass necklace. Look at that. It's almost the exact same thing. And this one, $246. So when I'm asking $75, I'm telling you, I'm not even asking quite a third of the price. Yeah. Neiger, Australian. Yep. So, and it's rare. If you get into that Neiger, brothers, you'll find a few pieces, but only a few max. And then there's the brothers. Yeah. And they're really collectible and not cheap. Yeah. I think they lived there. But I get it because, criminals, right? I mean, sorry. It was founded as a penal colony. But then probably by the end of the century, weren't people actually going to live there, like really rich people, because there were mines? I don't know. I think so. Anyway, there it is. And I absolutely will not take less than that, because this is one of the pieces that I will put on eBay, and I will ask $150 and I will get it. So it's going up there unless someone gets back to me too sweet. It's out of here. I actually really need to spend next week listing. Let's see. I'll do this brooch and then an inexpensive necklace. And then I'm going to be done. Next week, I'm going to be listing. Thank you everyone for looking. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm going to spend next week listing and on eBay and putting together, like, if I have time, some bags of, like, a bag of brooches, so to speak, like maybe 4 or 5, and one price for all. Buy it now, 18. This I easily could be asking 25 or 30, and I should be, but I would like to bring a few items at a lower price since I have so much that's really high end tonight. Beautiful, beautiful, deep AB coated rhinestones, gold tone, wrapped square brooch, prong set. Look at the height on that. 1960s. Here's the back. It's a good one. You can tell it's 1960s because this still is going just through. It's not a safety clasp yet. No maker. And it's heavy. It's heavy. Let's Okay, this is going to be my last piece of the night. 1.5 inches around. Whoops. 1.5 inches around. Okay. Well, I'm okay with that because I will bring this back next week and it's going to be more. Because the stunning deep blues and greens in this piece, yeah, it warrants it. Okay. Well, y'all, like I said, I have more in my box over here, quite a lot. Some that's been seen before, some that you've never seen. But I am going to call it. Can I show the I can, Noelle, before I leave. Okay. Here's the back. I'll move the pin. Remember that let me do it this way. The base metal is coming through on the clasp here, but still silver here. This, you can see the brass or copper coming out. There is this martini glass mark in the middle of it. It's obviously a maker's mark, but it's so old. I mean, maybe I would find it if I took a screenshot of that. Maybe. I don't know. So that's the back. It's a Victorian hat pin or scarf pin. This is how concave it is. And there is the emerald green cut stones and the grass green stones. It's clearly check glass with the flowers. I love it. So these big flowers are open and then the little flowers are closed metalwork. Yeah. It's 3 inches long. Oh, Noelle. Noelle has claimed it, y'all. I don't blame you, Noelle. This is the last one I have. I got to restock. Okay, so here's the deal. Noelle has put in 42. So, fair, I'm going to do a quick countdown. Fair warning, anyone else, you'd have to come in at 43 or higher. Once it hits 50, it goes in $2 increments. Fair warning. Noelle. I was sure you were like, nope, never mind, because it's missing that stone. But it's still incredible. Noelle and I love the same things. Last call. Okay. Y'all, I'm typing in sold. If I can type. Sold to Noelle, $42. Thank you, Noelle. That was a good choice. It's beautiful. God, it's beautiful. Okay. So, and I will put this in a box, write it down, and put it aside for you. So I'm going to close tonight, y'all. I will be back on next Friday. This is week 1 of my 2-week build a box. If anyone sees you too, Noelle, I'm sure I'll see you in a chat somewhere. And these will go in with your box that's shipping out Monday. I'm going to send you an invoice so that I can send it all out Monday. Is that okay with you, Noelle? Well, I'll send you an email and ask you. And then, so I'll be on Friday for my second week of the 2-week Build-A-Boxes. If anyone sees anything, if you rewatch and you're interested, please claim it, by Monday, Tuesday. And I may do a quick pop-up on Tuesday. Okay? So, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share out, rewatch. I brought a lot of really incredible high-end stuff today. Love you all. See you later. Have a good dinner.